Hey Chiefs Kingdom, I want you to like this video if you love the Kansas City Chiefs. Look, I'll be honest, the bosses pulled me in. They said, we don't think Chiefs Kingdom shows up as much as our other teams that we cover. The Raiders, the Cowboys, they get more likes, they get more love on their videos. So let's prove them wrong. I said, hey, I think I trust our fan base. So give us a thumbs up on this video. Our record is 741 likes. So let's smash that. Let's get 750 plus. Go ahead and like this video. And with that being said, let's jump into today's show. All right, thanks to everybody for submitting their trade proposals. I promise you guys I would pick from the best ones, lots to choose from, so let's go ahead and dive on in. Social 911 proposed lots of Chris Jones trade packages, by the way. Stephon Gilmore for Chris Jones, straight up. I've seen this idea thrown out there a few times over the past couple of weeks. It's certainly intriguing. I will admit that. Let's start with Jones here. Obviously, he's been under the franchise tag since before free agency. It'll be about $16 million if he plays under the tag this year. He wants to stay long-term. The Chiefs want to keep him long-term, but I think they've made it pretty clear. They're not going to overpay. They're not going to, give him $20, $21, $22 million per year on a long-term contract. They got to keep a guy like Patrick Mahomes long-term and save the bank for him. They got to, address other issues. They can't make Chris Jones their second highest player on the team. So trading him might be a possibility if they get the right trade offer. Now, is that Stephon Gilmore? I'm not sure because he comes with a fairly hefty price tag as well. But keep in mind, Stephon Gilmore is probably the best corner in the league right now, and he's only under contract for the next 2 seasons, so you could have him for this year in 2021 and then reevaluate after that season. Maybe you let him walk, get a comp pick for him, whatever the case may be. Plus, with Bashaud Breeland possibly missing time due to suspension, Gilmore would fill a major, major need and just quite frankly be an upgrade at the cornerback position. Do you think the Chiefs will trade Chris Jones? What do you guys think? Type Y for yes, type N for no. Will Kansas City trade Chris Jones during or before the 2020 NFL season or during the season? Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section. Type Y for yes or type N for no. All right, let's go to Cole's trade. Cole Scanlan, he proposes this one. Now, I'm not doing all Chris Jones trades, but I wanted to do these two specifically. So Chris Jones for Patrick Peterson and a 2021 second-round pick. So this is interesting because our first trade proposal was for Stephon Gilmore straight up. Now this one is for Patrick Peterson and a second-round pick. Obviously, Gilmore's better than Peterson at this point, but Peterson's still very good. Now, he's not an all-pro, but he's kind of a Pro Bowl type, still solid, only 30, 31 years old, so it's not like he's, on the last year or two of his career. He's probably got 4 or 5 decent years left. He's entering the last year of his contract, so you're not committed to him long-term. Plus, with this proposal, you get a second-round pick as well. Salary cap hit at just over $13 million, so that's $3 million less than what Chris Jones is set to make on the tag this year against the salary cap, so you'd save a little bit money there as well. Again, I'm not advocating for Chris Jones being traded. I'm just going through some of your best trade packages and giving my input on them. I think this would be an okay trade package if the Chiefs were to move on from Chris Jones. Still a good player. Missed 6 games last year due to suspension, but still had 2 interceptions and 7 pass breakups. Again, he's not an all-pro anymore, but he doesn't have to be an all-pro. He would easily be the best corner on this roster. I think we can all agree with that. And to get a second-round pick on top of it for Chris Jones, it's intriguing. Again, I'm not going to sit here and say I want to trade Chris Jones, but these are a couple of interesting offers right off the top from you guys. So what do you think? Which proposal is better? Is receiving Gilmore for Chris Jones better, or Peterson and a second-round pick? Type G for Gilmore or type P2. Get it there? The nickname? Get it? Peterson plus a second. Kind of works out there. I kind of like Peterson in the second because you're only tied to him this year and you get the pick as well. That's a pretty good trade offer if you ask me, but go ahead and let me know. G for Gilmore or P2 for Peterson and a second-round pick. All right, guys, if you haven't already, I would invite you guys to subscribe to the Chiefs Report. Guess what? It's free. It's nonstop coverage all offseason long. And guess what? On into the 2020 NFL season as well. You see the link below. Go ahead and share that with a friend. Our challenge right now, get to 5,000 subs ASAP. We're at about 4,500 at the moment. Hit the big red button. Also, turn on notifications. Hit that bell, and then click the button all. That means you'll never miss a video. So go ahead, subscribe, and turn on notifications. All right, Devin Nutter's trade proposal, loyal watcher, so appreciate that, Devin. Jamal Adams, we knew Jamal Adams would be on here. He's the trade rumors continue to circulate around him for a 2021 second, 2022 first, and a 2022 third. That's quite a bit, even for a guy like Jamal Adams, who, let's face it, is a fantastic safety in the NFL, very productive. If you put him in this Chiefs secondary next to Tyrann Mathieu, that would be pretty good. Jamal Adams is a really, really good player. I like him a lot. I think in this scenario, Juan Thornhill would slide down to cornerback, and which is a position he played in college at times at Virginia, and that could work. I don't know if the Chiefs view Thornhill as a guy who can go down to corner. They obviously drafted him as a safety and have played him at safety, and he is more than capable next to Tyrann Mathieu. They've been very, very good this past year. Obviously, Thornhill's coming off the ACL, but Jamal Adams and Tyrann Mathieu would be the best safety tandem in the NFL. I don't think there's any doubt about that, so it's an intriguing trade idea. I don't think it's a massive need. As much as I like Adams, they don't really need a safety. Thornhill and Mathieu are plenty good. Even if Thornhill slides down to corner, that's a lot to give up if you're the Chiefs. A second, a first, and a third. I think the Jets would flat out say yes to this trade proposal and run with it. I hope you guys are staying safe out there. If you don't have a mask already, or if you want to upgrade, a lot of the masks I see when I go to the grocery store, look, they're not aesthetically appealing. These are chatsports.com/Chiefs mask. You can get this 3-pack for just $25. Now, I'll say this. These have been selling. They've been flying off the shelves very quickly, so they're a little bit backloaded right now. So if you want to get one of these, the sooner you order, the sooner you're going to get it shipped to you. So go ahead and purchase today, chatsports.com/Chiefs mask. Go ahead and stay safe in style. And hey, if we get to go to games this season, you might have to wear a mask, so why not represent the Kansas City Chiefs? All right, GOOFIERAXIS 8633's trade is Malik Hooker for a 2021 fourth. This one's probably more realistic than Jamal Adams, right? I mean, the Colts declined his option. It's a middle-round pick for him. Good player. He certainly has dealt with injuries. He's missed 14 games over his 3 seasons. Coming out of college, he was a top-flight prospect, and when he's played, he's been really good. He's got 7 interceptions in 34 career games. That's productive at the safety position for the Colts, but he just hasn't always been able to stay healthy. Now, he's played 27 of the last 32 games. That's pretty good. Only played in 7 his rookie year, but the Colts declining his option tell me this is kind of a make-or-break year for him, so if they get a decent trade offer for him, they might ship him. Now, I don't know if a fourth is going to be enough, even though he's missed some time and had a couple of fairly significant injuries. I think Kansas City would flat out win this trade. You slide Thornhill down to corner, and you got Malik Hooker next to Tyrann Mathieu. You'd feel pretty good about that. So I'm typing my KC for the Chiefs winning this trade. I don't think the Colts would take less than a day 2 pick for Malik Hooker. All right, let's go to Eli BILBREY'S trade. He's got a Sammy Watkins for OBJ trade offer here. Also, the Browns would get a second and a sixth in this particular trade. Well, let's first mention this, Eli. Sammy Watkins has a no-trade clause, so that doesn't mean he can't get traded. It means that he has the power to veto any trade, essentially. So, and why would he agree to a trade, right? Like, he's in the last year of his deal. He wants to chase another ring. Worst case scenario, he just walks and plays somewhere else next season and basically chooses where he goes. Like, I don't think he's going to approve. But let's just say in this scenario he were to approve of a trade and the Chiefs brought in Odell Beckham. Is he worth it? Hasn't been prime OBJ the past couple of years. We know he comes with some red flags and some chemistry issues, some locker room concerns. I do wonder, and I do want to speculate, could he thrive with A, Patrick Mahomes, who would be by far the best quarterback he's played with, Eli Manning, Baker Mayfield, no thank you, and B, a stable organization like the Giants and the Browns, especially Cleveland the past several years, not stable orgs. Like, that's just the way it is, whereas Kansas City, one of the most stable. You got a head coach in Andy Reid that's very much a player's coach, general manager in Brett Veach that is very loyal and willing to take risks. I think Odell Beckham could thrive in Kansas City. Now, is he worth the risk? that's a different story. Especially it'd be one thing if they had to cut Tyreek Hill last year, if that ended up going south with his whole issue with his ex-girlfriend and all that. But they don't really need Odell Beckham. The Chiefs got Tyreek Hill. They've got McCole Hardman. Sammy Watkins for this year is more than fine. So I'm typing my 2 for no. Am I intrigued? Yes. Would I do it? Probably not. And that's why I got to type my 2 for no. All right, let's go to Estuardo's trade. More of a simple one here. Damien Williams to the Redskins for a 2021 fifth-round pick. A lot of you guys are probably saying, it's Estuardo, a fifth-round pick for Williams? It's not as crazy as it sounds because Kansas City did draft Clyde Edwards-Helaire in the first round, which tells me that not necessarily he's going to be, their lead dog per se, but he's going to have a major role in this offense. And I still think Damien Williams will too, at least for this year. But remember, he's in the last year of his deal. He could easily walk this offseason. So if they can get a day 3 pick for him, they might consider that. I love D. Will. I don't want to get rid of him. He's been awesome these last 2 playoff runs. 11 touchdowns in 5 playoff games with the Kansas City Chiefs. I will always be grateful for Damien Williams. But look, he's not an elite running back. You don't spend a first-round pick on a running back if you plan on Damien Williams being your feature back for many years to come. Now, for this year, I think Damien Williams is probably your starter if the Chiefs keep him. So I'm typing my D for Damien Williams. Long-term, though, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, he's probably going to be your primary back. Now, I don't think Kansas City will ever be a team where one running back dominates the snaps. But I do think I know they spent a first-round pick on Edwards-Helaire, which that tells me he's going to have a big role in this offense for many years to come. Let's go to Khalil McNeil's trade offer. Desmond King for Bashaud Breeland, a 4th and a 7th. Sign me up. I don't think the Chargers would like this one, but let's be honest. Breeland's trade value is pretty much 0 right now, despite playing really well last year. He's back on a 1-year deal, but he got arrested, and he was already facing a potential suspension, according to reports. So he could miss 4+ games this year easily. So no one's going to trade for him right now. Now, if the NFL comes out and says, or if the Chargers get dropped and the NFL says, no suspension, whatever, that changes things. But Desmond King is younger than Bashaud Breeland. I like Breeland. He was great in the playoffs last year. If the Chiefs have him this year, that's fine with me. They had to re-sign him after losing Kendall Fuller, but let's not, pretend Bashaud Breeland is, a number 1 corner or anything like that. I'm not saying that's what you're saying, CAILLOU, but a guy that's facing possible suspension versus Desmond King, who was an All-Pro in 2018, is a younger corner, is a more versatile corner, can play nickel, can play outside, can return punts. 17 pass breakups, in his 3 seasons, 4 picks, a couple of touchdowns. He's just a more versatile quarterback who's younger. You're not going to get Desmond King for 2 day 3 picks. It really just 1 because 7th-round picks were 0. Sure, they'd get Breeland in return, but it's on a 1-year deal and he might miss 6 games. So I think the Chiefs would absolutely win this trade in a heartbeat. And hey, look, Chargers want to send over Kansas City that trade package. Better get ink on the paper very quick because that is an upgrade for the Kansas City Chiefs.